I know.
Thanks for the workout tonight.
Finally found my purpose, ending all these cycles and curses. You still feel hopeless till I bloom like a lotus.
What's up, 7 Octoberz here. Welcome to my vlog series, The Book of 7, episode 6. Thank you to everyone who has been tuning in or has just started. Welcome. It's just getting doper. This episode, I wanted to share my trip that I took to Tombstone and Bisbee, Arizona, amongst other little towns there. It's pretty dope. As you can see, I have a cowboy hat. Quick little fun fact about myself. As a kid, I grew up listening to like mariachi and banda music from like Pedro Fernandez, Vicente Fernandez, even golden era like Pedro Infante, and also other like bands like Banda Machos. Also grew up watching the Mexican films, novelas like Dos Mujeres Un Camino. So I was obsessed with like this whole cowboy shit. Like I had like as a kid, I had a little cowboy hat, some cowboy boots, the belt, little vest. If I find a picture, I'll probably post it here in this vlog. But yeah, quick fun fact about myself that I wanted to share with y'all. And so my friend last minute hit me up. She has been to Tombstone a couple times. So she told me she was gonna be there. And if I wanted to go, and of course I said yes, because she's gone to like ghost tours there and stuff like that, and she like hyped it up for me. So I'm like, hell yeah, I want to go. And then she was getting a cowboy hat for like some family party that she was gonna have the following week. So I was like, why don't I get one? Because I haven't had one since I was a kid, and I was like, why not get it here in Tombstone, which is one of the places that is known to be like most Western there in Arizona. So of course I had to get me one, and of course black, one of my favorite colors, or shades, whatever you want to call it. But without further ado, I'm going to show you clips of the towns we went to. Like I said, Tombstone was the main town we hit up. Really Western feel. I still actually have yet to watch Tombstone the movie, so that's my homework for myself. But yeah, we went to Bisbee as well as like a mining type of town. We also hit up Gleason, like the Gleason jail. We met the owner, and I'll be on the next clips, and I'll share some pictures too. And then we went on a ghost tour on the night of was it August 7th, right the next day, because I left on a Friday, got back on a Sunday, and we went on the ghost tour on Saturday night at Bisbee. That shit was dope. All those clips are gonna be in here. I'm in Tombstone, Arizona. There's the view outside the place we stayed at. Pretty beautiful out here. There's a lot of fucking stink bugs though. As you saw in that clip, I stayed at, it was called the Lookout Lodge. Pretty dope little spot. My friend, I think, usually stays there, so she already knew the spot where we were gonna stay. This is the Gleason jail here in Gleason, Arizona. Middle of nowhere, kind of, but right here is inside the Gleason jail. That's like the cuffs I would use. I think it's like the kind of like the cell.
Oh my god, that's all there.
Those were some dope clips from the Gleason jail. Here's like a picture too that me and my friend took with the owner. He was super nice. Was giving us like pretty much info about the jail and like how he became the owner. He said his dad, like across the street from the jail, owned like a convenience store, and then he saw that the jail was up for sale and he decided to buy it. So he opens it up, like I think he said once a month. I think it's like the first Saturday of the month. and it's free. Donations accepted, so go check it out. Really cool spot, history, and then in the next clip that I'll play, it's gonna be the tree where they actually hung the prisoners, kind of like if you're from San Diego, where I'm from, the Whaley House, that tree that's outside the Whaley House where they used to hang the prisoners, similar to that, pretty much that tree. I kind of recorded to see if I got anything. I thought I saw an orb in that clip, but it might just be the light. I don't know. You guys decide what it is, let me know. These clips right here that you'll see, it's Tombstone, super Western vibe, really dope. It's a small little town. There's a Birdcage Theater that you'll see in the clip. You'll also see saloons, shops. I went on a horse carriage ride with my friend. You'll see a picture here that we took, pretty dope. And then that little tour was cool. They gave you like a tour around the town, which is not that big, telling you the history of the town. Pretty interesting.
There's a 32 on the back wall above the Lyman Twins poster there. That's a 44. That little lady right there in the pink, her name was Fatima. She was a belly dancer on our stage back in 1881. She went on to Chicago World's Fair where she caused quite a ruckus before going over to Europe where she danced in Little Egypt. Now she's got 6 pet photos on her camera. She's got one gash in her skirt right below her knee, and looked real close, it appears she got a second belly button. That was given.
And I saw something moving, I looked.
First one in May of 1881, second one in May of 1881. Well, I'm right here above that bench, you can see Shepherd Hall. That is where Whitehead goes the first time to Tombstone, and that is the part of the tree standing in what you building here. That's everything. On right here we have our southwest. Well, that was Hatfield School back then, and that's directly opposite of that. On the other side of that brick wall, that telephone tower, is a 15-foot outer with those 5 cowboys. Well, it was about 2:30 in the afternoon. He had 30 seconds of gunfire because he was not part of that killing and business. Well, before he could be shipped out to Yuma, he had a minimum of 4 men sitting around that table 24 hours a day. $1,000 to buy in is one man. 666,
Next clips here is going to be pretty much just all clips of the ghost tour that me and my friend went to in Bisbee, Arizona. Really dope. The guide was really nice. His name was John. Shout out to John. Really dope guy. I took a picture with him. You can see right here. Yeah, it was a really cool tour. Told us ghost stories, amongst other things. Really interesting. So just watch the clips. I'll let them speak for themselves. But it was a really dope experience, especially at nighttime. And it kind of, this town gave me a vibe of Guanajuato, Mexico. If you've been there, that's the vibe it gave me. It looked exactly kind of like that town a little bit. A lot of hills, but really beautiful, beautiful little town, Bisbee. Actually, I really liked it.
In 1912, there was a cholera epidemic, and it really... down towards, when the line closed down in the late 1970s, people came in and put a lot. And when we get to the back street area, you see these big warehouse-looking buildings where, what's that light going on over there on the 5th floor in the corner? There's people having we're going to talk about 2 particular ghosts here that are very active. And one is named the Lady Ghost, by the hotel. The other is named Jeremiah, and he's an inhabitant of the truth of this place is very, very touching and heartfelt. You guys remember 9/11, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever remember the saying, "Where were you on 9/11?" That was going around. It was big in the military for us. I said that, you know, and there was a young man on my last tour who goes, "In my mother's womb." And I thought, man, I feel old. But this story, these angels, and have everything to do with 9/11. The people that own the house behind here commissioned these angels after 9/11. And you look at the angel behind me and look it up, warding those souls that died and are going to heaven. And the one over there looking down, warding us that are still here. And I just thought that was kind of nice. The Oliver house has a magic number. That magic number is 26. Because that's the number of people who died horrific deaths associated with the Oliver. Right, we're going to talk about some of those. And we're going to talk about the hauntings that go on right now. Okay, the first one I want to talk about is a gentleman named Nat Anderson. In the late 1920s, Nat was a mid-level manager for the mine. Well, then I noticed there were two ladies sitting right where you guys are. And they were looking over there, just in that general direction. And everybody was there looking like. And I turn around, and there's this figure of a man, like wildish hair, you know, just raggedy clothes. But that wasn't the odd thing. The odd thing was is that he was walking like this, and he was dragging this knife that was about this long like this, and he was cackling and hissing at us, which I hadn't noticed until. Now it's like, remember I introduced myself as the Wizard Dresden, but I'm not really the Wizard Dresden. My name is John, and this is not really a wizard's staff, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Because to me this was a guy, it wasn't a ghost, right? Now, because I'm thinking, okay, what do we do? But he continued to do that all the way over to where we came in and then down the stairs. And I was like, oh my gosh, they didn't say anything about this kind of stuff. Right? But afterwards, though, we talked about it. And I remember, somebody asked me, well, where did he come from? He just appeared. He just appeared. Teddy Roosevelt stayed here. There's a Teddy Roosevelt room upstairs. General Blackjack Pershing, if anybody's into war history, war heroes. Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland, Johnny Depp, love it here. They repeated customers. Pretty much the cast of Tombstone, when they were filming it, stayed here, not over in Tombstone. In the old days, most of you look fairly young, not old and broken down like me, but John Wayne loved this place. There's a story that John Wayne, if you know who he was, through another actor named Lee Marvin through the window of the bar here.
Going to be here is going to be the Lavender Pits right there in Bisbee as well. The last little town that we hit up, Lowell, Arizona. It's part of Bisbee now, incorporated a part of Bisbee. Old school town as well. They have a lot of stuff just like there that is like really vintage and probably worth a lot of money. Like they have like old the gas stations, Pepsi machines, vending machines. It was really cool. It gave me vibes, or at least it reminded me of, if you watch the movie The House of Wax, the remake with Jared Padalecki. It reminded me of that little town. Like it low-key looked like that a little bit. But yeah, they had like old school cars there, like vintage cars, like really cool. So really recommend checking out these places. I loved it. I love history, anything that's spooky too, of course. So Tombstone, Bisbee, Lowell, all those little towns here in Arizona, beautiful spots to go check out. Definitely recommend it. Before I dip out, I want to say thank you again for everybody who's been tuning in. Hope you guys dug the clips, this vlog episode. Episode 7's coming real soon. I just announced that I'm part of Latin Horror. I'm going to be a writer and contributor to them. Thank you to Eddie Pagan and Cristian Moran. Shout out to them for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to share more about it on the next vlog episode. Episode 7 is going to be really special, of course. 7 Octoberz. 7, my favorite number. 7 Octoberz based on my abuelita, and I'll tell you like the origin story more about it for those that don't know. So stay tuned for that episode. It's gonna be dope. Peace.
An assassin surrounded by lies. Little did they know I couldn't die. I have 7 lives, and the darkness is where I thrive.